live from wherever the hell we are. Hollywood Square! Not quite! Okay, let's stand over there by the... They're right here. See ya. Come on, Tim. Okay, here we are. This is the goal. This is the first time this cliff hike is going to be done. Starting from the the lighthouse here at the tip of Point Loma and ending up in Robb Field and Ocean Beach. Here they are, Varsity Team 6107. There they go. Taking off. Varsity Scout Team 6107. This will be the first time that it's been done from the tip of the point all the way to Robb Field, which is approximately 10 miles. 10 miles of travel. Here we are near the Point Loma wastewater treatment plant is where I work. I'm a chemist in the lab there. And as you can see, the coast along the treatment plant, because there's not very many tourists out here, is loaded with sea life. And here we see a sea lion on a rock sunning himself. I guess waiting for the Varsity Scouts to come down the coastline. Okay, and as we look down the coast here, we see a lot of sailboats out today. It's a nice sunny day. It's, see what we have the time-wise here. Okay, here we're looking down the coast here. It's a nice sunny day. It's really good. February 24th. And 12:59. 12:59 is when it's supposed to be the maximum low tide. And sure enough, here they come. They're coming around the corner here, just at the plant. I see them in the distance. As you can see, the cliffs here are teeming with wildlife. This cliff hike of our unit is a classic. It's a tradition, and it really introduces the scouts here to the adventures that are in store for them in the varsity program. It's a great introduction. There were a lot of cormorants on a rock over there by the scouts, but as you can see, they've been disturbed and they're starting to take off. Okay, as you can see, the choice has been made. Rather than climb the cliff around this cave here, they've opted to swim around, I guess, through the point there. Tim taking the smarter move and choosing to walk the rocks around, which is a lot quicker than trying to be out in the water and swim. Swimming, they'll have plenty of time to swim later. Tim Burke out in front here, leading the group. Tim's been through this cliff hike a number of times, but not this section, but he's great at setting the route. Meanwhile, I don't know who this is in the water out here, but they're certainly wasting a lot of time swimming. A lot of time swimming here. You can see that Tim is running he's just running across this seaweed of this cove. He'll probably be around the corner a lot quicker than they are. They're wasting a lot of time paddling around this point. Looks like Tim's going to be coming over to the edge of this rock right now. He scared the seagulls off. And he's doing pretty good. He's making better time, I think, than his time in the water getting wet. Here we've got a rock right off the coast here. We call this Seal Rock, all of us that work out at the point. It's a huge rock that the seals always sun on, and some of them have already come off the rock because of the disturbance of the scouts out in the water. I don't know if this cave in the background goes through, but they'll negotiate it. So this is, looks like Chris Apella's out there, backpack. Maybe brought too much gear for this. It looks like Eric Apella behind him. And Mark Wireman, yeah, on the tube. These guys are wasting a lot of time and energy. They're really going to need this stuff later. But that's all part of the game. Okay, here's Amadeo swimming along. And as you can see, he's fourth of the paddlers here. He's the organizer of this hike. He's responsible for this hike here. And it seems like these guys may have chosen too early the wrong course to take on this. This is a hike, supposedly, not a swim. As you can see, out by where the scouts are right now, there's some seals. You can barely see the heads of the seals out there bobbing around, wondering what is with these guys, man. You can see a seal on the left-hand side of the picture there, two of them. And then here, the rest of the seals over by Seal Rock, as they pass, you can see that they've decreased in number on this rock. In fact, there go the rest of them into the water, scared off by the noise of the scouts. There's a seal out there really close to the scouts right now, just checking them out, wondering what their problem is. There's a great landmark here by the point. One of the cranes out here working on projects with American flag. This is actually really bizarre that these guys have this groupthink mentality that they think they can swim faster than they can walk. I really don't understand this too much. They're still at Point Loma, February 24th, and it's already almost an hour before they've started, after they've started, and they're still not even, well, maybe they're a mile, but 1 mile an hour is not a good pace. No, this is not the Beatles. This is Chris, Eric, Mark, and Amo. Finally figuring it out that watching Michael walk quicker on the rocks and they can swim in the water, they decided to come in.
Yeah. Navy Special Operations 6107. Wow, that saltwater tastes good. Nom nom nom. Hey, saltwater man. Oh, dude, my gum.
So Mark,
Yeah.
did you get wet yet?
Not really. Well, we're still dry, man. My feet are wet. That's about it. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing wet.
Here comes Tim Burke, number 5. Tim opted somewhere along the line to go into the water, which I think was a basic mistake. How are those reef walkers doing?
They're real slippery right now. Back down. Oh, he just a slide. Oh, dude, I got some blood now. Right.
And here comes the front of the second group, way behind the others. I don't know how many minutes behind, but they really are behind. This looks like, could be Charles. Not sure, it could be Tom too. Can't really tell from this distance. Wait till the rest of the group comes around the corner. Well, it turned out that it is Charles. Charles is out in front of the second group. I don't know where the rest of the guys are. They're behind him. He looks a little wet.
Get on your toes. Get on your stomach.
How'd you get up?
Come on, come on. Pull on the rope with the other hand. Slippery, come on. Come on, James. Come on, come on. It's like four.
Here they are. Second group is at least a half an hour behind after the first mile of the first group. More than half an hour behind. You're really going to have to hurry up. This is about as far as I can get here along the coastline to do it. To shoot this. I'm going to have to, the rest of this is Navy property, so I'm going to have to drive up the coast past the Navy property to catch him. Maybe at Garbage Beach is the next time I'll see him. It's a long, long way to Well, here I am, still waiting for them to show up. So we'll head on down the cliff a little more and see what's up. The big question is whether or not they made it the length of these cliffs yet. High tide should be coming in just about now, I mean maximum high. And I don't see any evidence of them down there. A bunch of surfers and everything, but I don't see any evidence of them down that way. I'm going to go around that corner right there and look down. As you can see, the tide's really high. If they're out there, they're probably getting wet. Here we are at Pescadero Beach, and still no sign of them. There is a possibility that they may have passed me when I came in the pier, so I'm going to have to go back.